Hello, my grade 1 learners. Now, today in EVS, you will be learning chapter 20, and that is transport. Children, this chapter number 20 is for STL, but teacher will be sending you the complete explanation, also the writing work of this chapter. So let's start with the chapter 20, that is transport. Now children, every day you travel. You travel from your home to school and back to home. Same way many people they travel from one place to other, from one city to other, from one country to other. So what is transport? Transport, it means movement of people or goods from one place to another. In this chapter, you will be learning about transport. So let's start with the chapter, and for that I am presenting my screen. So chapter 20, transport. In this chapter, you will be learning about different means of transport. Let's start with this chapter. The subtopics that you will be learning in this chapter are different kinds of transport. What are the different means of transport? You will be learning about emergency vehicles, also the rules of using means of transport. We use means of transport to travel from one place to another. I said, you children, we travel every day. We travel. You all travel from your home to school and back to home. So in the same way, many people they travel from one place to another, from one city to another, from one country to another. So we use different vehicles. We use different vehicles to travel. So these are called the means of transport. Now children, there are three main different means of transport, and they are land transport, water transport, and air transport. So let's see about the land transport. Now the vehicles that moves on land are called land transports. We use cars, auto rickshaws, scooters, bicycles, and buses to travel on land. So where do these vehicles they move? They move on land. So these vehicles are the modes of land transport. They are car, auto rickshaw, scooters, bicycles, and buses. So all these are land transport. Next, water transport. We use boat, ship to travel on water. So the vehicles that move on water are called water transport. So like boat, ship, where do they move? They move on water. Now this mode of a transport is little time consuming. So especially water transport is used to carry the bulk goods or the heavy goods from one place to another. People usually they do not prefer to travel on water transport since it is time consuming. The next mode of transport is air transport. The next mode of transport is air transport. We use aeroplane to travel through the air. Aeroplanes fly quickly to places that are far away. Now, air transport is a very quick means of transport. Within an hour, you can travel from one country to another country. Within some minutes you can travel from one city to other city. So this air transport is a very fast means of transport. Also, this mode of transport is expensive. So people usually, if they want to travel to a far place, only they prefer this mode of transport. So we use aeroplane to travel to a far place. Aeroplanes fly quickly to the places that are far away. The next is about emergency vehicles. Now children, there are some vehicles which are used in emergency situation. So these vehicles are called emergency vehicles. Emergency vehicles help us when we are hurt or in dangers. So what are these vehicles? These are police car, ambulance, and fire engines are emergency vehicles. Police car is used by the police officers to travel to the emergency situations. Same way, ambulance, the white color van, it is used to take injured or hurt person immediately to the hospital. Fire engines is used by the firefighter to reach to the emergency situation. These vehicles are used in the emergency situations. The next is using transport properly. So children, sometimes it happens we are using public transport. Public transport means if you are traveling by a train or by a bus. So while using any mode of a transport, we should use them properly. Follow the road safety. Now children, when we are on the road, there are some rules made for our safety. So we need to follow these safety rules when we are on the road. The traffic police make sure that people follow these rules. I told you there are some rules when we are on the road. Like when you are crossing the road, you need to use zebra crossing. While you are driving your private vehicle, if you are in a car, you need to wear the seat belt. While you are driving the two-wheeler, like if you are on a scooter, you need to wear the helmet. On the road, you need to follow the traffic lights. So traffic police, he makes sure that people, they follow these rules. We should do as they say. Yes children, we need to follow the traffic rules while we are on the road. These rules are made for our safety. So we should always follow the traffic rules when we are on the road. Using transport properly, we should also listen to what driver or the conductor of a bus tells us to do. I told you when we are on the road, we need to follow the traffic rules. While driving the car, you need to wear the seat belts. While riding the scooters, the two-wheeler, you need to wear the helmet. While you are traveling in the school bus, you need to follow all the instruction given by a driver or the bus conductor of that bus. So we should also listen to what the driver or the conductor of the bus tell us to do. They are whatever the instruction they give, that is for our safety. So we should always listen. If we are in the bus, we need to follow the instruction given by the driver or by the bus conductor. So yes children, this was all in this chapter. So the things that you learned in this chapter 20 transport is what is transport? Transport, it means movement of people or good from one place to another. Then I explained you about the different means of transport. So basically there are three means of transport, and that is land, water and air. The vehicles that move on road are called the modes of land transport. The vehicles that move on water is called the mode of water transport. And the vehicles that fly in air are called air transport. Example of land transport: car, motorbike, bicycles, then scooters. All these are the example of land transport. Examples of water transport: boat, ship. Examples of air transport: aeroplane, helicopters. Then you learned about the emergency vehicle. Some vehicles are used in emergency situation. So these vehicles are called emergency vehicles. So the vehicles like police van, which is used by the police officer to travel to the emergency situation. And ambulance is used to carry sick or hurt person immediately to the hospital. Then the fire engine, the red color van, which is used by the firefighter to reach to the emergency situation. Then you learned about how we need to follow the different transport rule when we are on the road. So when we are on the road, we need to follow the instruction that is given by the traffic policeman on the road. We need to follow the rules made for our safety. While you are traveling in a private car, you need to follow the instruction given by the driver. If you are traveling in the bus, in your school bus, you need to follow the instruction given by the driver or the bus conductor. So yes, children, this was all in this chapter. Thank you.